And we are moments away in another episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode, as the Pacers dominate the Cavaliers 117 to 105. And now coming up next, we are going to Memphis, Tennessee in Phoenix form. We got the Western Conference matchup tonight as Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. It's going to be the last matchup between those two teams, and for this game, Timberwolves we're going to use the black shirts instead of light blue, and Grizzlies going to use the white shirts. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Genshin, and we'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here in Phoenix Forum in Memphis, and send it over to Kevin Harlan here in Memphis at the Phoenix Forum. Anyways, let's get started and enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And with opening tip on the way, let's head out to Memphis to join our broadcast team of Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burke will be along, too, from the sideline. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. First, for the Timberwolves, Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. And at the pivot, a bruising and physical 6'11", 290-pound center. A battering ram in Pekovic. Then there's Buddington, and it's Love in at the 4 spot. And then for Memphis, Conley and Allen are the guard set. And at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill. The 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. Then there's Tayshaun Prince, and it's Randolph in at the 4-man position. So the Timberwolves win the tip. Rubio against Conley. The drive by Rubio. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Pekovic against Gasol. A little shot fake there. Got the D out of position.
Boy, he really used his height there. He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot. You know, guys, the Grizzlies, a bit of a throwback team, and I like their moniker of grit and grind. It really was their identity of toughness and physicality, and I thought that's how they played, and as a result, they had a terrific season.
Here's Rubio. Here's Budinger. Wide open shot is on the money.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach of the Grizzlies. Team rebound is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Conley dishes to Allen. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Allen's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. But Clark, you mentioned the Grizzlies' old-fashioned style of play. There may be some changes in the offense. The new ownership group has made it a focal point to use, Steve, more advanced stats to inform their decision-making analytics.
Well, and what will be interesting, Kevin, is that, most advanced stats and advanced stat gurus will tell you need three-point shooting. This is a very poor three-point shooting club a season ago. So I would expect them to start going more in that direction, but you can't get away from your identity, which is the low-post game of Gasol and Randolph.
Gasol drops 2.
He's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
He dishes it to Martin. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. That is his first foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set. Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Fires from deep. And Kevin Love The bucket with the assist from Pekovic.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
It's Prince on the wing. Back to Conley. It's good from long range. Conley's got himself. With the triple, his first basket of the game. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
And you see a player have to come out of a game like this, and you just hope for the best.
That's exactly right. You do hope for the best. You cross your fingers, say a prayer, and hope it's nothing major. We'll see what the update is here shortly.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Minnesota. Gets it to go.
You know, guys, I think back to some of the most exciting passers ever to play the game. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, the late Pete Maravich come to mind. I think Rubio is of that ilk. You think about those guys, they weren't just great assist guys, but they were able to give you assists that had some flair and some flavor to it.
And here's Rubio. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Martin kicks to Love. He's against Randolph. Here's Brewer. Count that one. Brewer's got 5 points so far. And Rubio really took the league by storm, Steve, with his passing. Deft moves, working through defenses, almost eyes in the back of his head. He was terrific.
Brilliant passing. I mean, he makes some passes that other people just wouldn't even. Be able to see, and just a phenomenal, entertaining player to watch.
Very flamboyant. Allen outside. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. He's got 5.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Here's Conley, and he finishes the break with a layup. Like you talked about a back-and-forth game, this is the definition of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
Well, these are the kinds of games you love. I mean, 2 good teams going head-to-head, even matchup, and both sides very competitive, on their toes tonight.
Tony Turioff, who's checked in for Minnesota. Derek Williams comes in for Kevin Love. Pass to Brewer. The feed to Shved. Outside Williams. He kicks to Shved. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Miller outside. Rejected by Shved. Gasol kicks to Conley. Dives for it. Takes the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Conley's got 11.
Really showing some kind of killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Here is Berea, over by Conley. Turioff, the pass to Brewer. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Wasted no time on that one. Pondexter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Rejected by Gasol. They retain possession. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. They get Marc Gasol. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the contest. The Grizzlies have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. Rejected by Turioff. And he's able to get it back. Here's Prince. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
He's so reliable. His offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
It's Williams with the drive. Kukoc with the block. Quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Grizzlies.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Tony Allen has been a first-team all-defensive performer for 2 years running and one of the most intense players in the league. Teammate Mike Conley says, quote, he's like an Army general. He says crazy things, but goes out there and backs it up. He works as hard as he speaks. He gives 100% on every possession. Allen continues to try to make a name for himself, saying, quote, I want the whole league to know that I am a force. That's been my mentality since I came in. I'm grinding.
Well, they call it grit and grind. That's what he's been. Thanks, Doris.
Tayshaun Prince has been a Piston his whole career, guys, and I thought he might end his career there. But last season, he was shipped over to Memphis to replace Rudy Gay. And it's been a hand-in-glove fit because of the blue-collar style of Memphis, and that's kind of how Prince plays, especially at the defensive end.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. And Bayless kicks to Allen. Randolph, he's guarded by Williams. Randolph can't hit. And Tayshaun Prince, a low-mistake player offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he doesn't turn it over offensively. He can actually play some point forward because of his ball handling ability. And defensively smart. He doesn't gamble. He just uses those long arms to keep you away from the hoop and challenge your shot. Oh, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Love's checked in.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Prince with it. Now defended by Shved. Allen inside the three-point line. And it takes a hard bounce.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Budinger, it's good. Great play set up by Perea. And that makes it a tie ball game. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And Bayless kicks to Prince. Drains the three-pointer. Prince has got 15.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Dishes it to Shved. Kicks to Berea. And the pass to Love. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He has 5.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Allen outside. Bayless dishes to Allen. Again, Allen missing. For Minnesota, they've gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And Shved kicks to Budinger. And he banks in the layup. Budinger's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Nikola Bekovic is checked in for Turian. Martin comes in for Alexei Shved. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for J.J. Barea. Now here's Allen. He has 5. Conley's shot is off.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
That's good. And now a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
That's good. Miller's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, Miller has battled injuries over the last few seasons, but when he's right, he can really help you on the wing, particularly as a rebounder and a spot-up shooter, can really bury that three-point ball.
Yeah, a great shooter and rebounder, competes defensively. You know, a lot to like about his game.
Well, it's natural to worry about how Rubio would be able to play after tearing his ACL, but, you know, he came back last season and showed he still could create space and drop that perfect pass to a teammate. Boy, he's fun to watch. He's a real magician with the basketball.
And here's Martin. Following the 3 from Allen. And here's Love from the arc. Gets it to go. Love's got 5 points now in the quarter. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
Clark, you talked about the impressive recovery of Ricky Rubio, the knee injury. Steve came back better than ever.
Yeah, well, being young helps for sure. The recovery period happens a little quicker. But I think it also showed his great work ethic. He really attacked his rehab, and I think that bodes well for his future development of his game also.
And here is Pekovic. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. The drive by Love. Brewers got 13 points.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Shots good by Miller.
12 straight points coming off 3-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
Rubio, and another 3 for Minnesota.
It's obvious he's hurting. I mean, he's going to tough it out, though, and continue to contribute on. You got to give him credit for that.
Miller kicks to Conley. Back to Miller. Fires the 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice way to end the half. The big 3 to take the lead as we go to the break.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Grizzlies lead by 1. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. All right, I hope you're enjoying this Wednesday of NBA action. Now let's get to the halftime report. The Grizzlies have been plugging away. They've dialed in from long range, an incredible shooting performance from outside. It's been a Michael Conley clinic in this one against Minnesota. He's got 14 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. Also a strong first half for Minnesota. One look at their field goal percentage says it all. They're scoring at will. Corey Brewer making an impact. What a weapon he's been for them. Dangerous from everywhere, mid-range, in the paint, and beyond the arc. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke take it away. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Talk about a terrific game for Prince. 15 points and 1 rebound. You talk about being on? He's been it. Not even 1 missed shot so far.
Yeah, this is superhuman stuff we're seeing right now.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hey guys, well Grizzlies head coach Dave Yeager is all in on advanced stats, and that was a big reason that he became their head coach. Fitting in with the new initiative from ownership in the front office. He knows his marching orders. A team that is among the lowest in three-point field goals will, in his words, look to open the floor, spread the floor, and give their bigs more room to work inside. He said, quote, other teams aren't going to have 9 dudes in the paint when Zach's trying to back down. But guys, they're still going to play inside out. He said, quote, I like three-pointers, but I love layups and free throws.
The rules will make sense. They're tough to handle down, and it opens up things for everyone else.
Solid on the one-hand throw. Down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
Allen for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. And it's Rubio penetrating. Passes it to Buddington. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I like that. Attack and create the contact.
Very nearly had an and one opportunity there. Good aggressive move.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
And they made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
And Rubio kicks to Love. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 6 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Memphis. And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Powell, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Powell is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block, and where they can use their array of offensive skills. Pretty impressive to see 2 players like that coming out of the same family.
Feeds it to Buttinger. Outside, Martin shoots the 3, and here's Love for 3, and another 3 for Minnesota.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
Conley kicks to Prince. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Conley with it, now guarded by Buttinger. Prince's shot is good.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
And Gasol comes to help. And Buttinger kicks to Begovic. Pass to Martin. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Martin's got 5.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Mark. I mean, they're getting after it. And I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Minnesota calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done is Tayshaun Prince.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Minnesota making a switch here. He feeds it to Rubio. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Pondexter with it. Now guarded by Begovic. Pondexter the pass to Miller. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
They're killing them with that 3-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
That is good.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Begovic. And Rubio kicks to Martin. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. 7 points for Kevin Martin.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Miller dishes to Conley. Pondexter. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Shot's good by Williams.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Inside, it's tipped. Williams with the steal. Right side, Martin. And it's blocked by Pondexter. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. Conley kicks to Miller. There's the dish to Kufis. Knocked loose. Stolen by Martin. Williams passes to Rubio. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now the Grizzlies spring. And he gets contact and the whistle. On the shot, 2 shots coming up.
Well, that's the best possible play there. I mean, that was an easy 2, so instead foul him, make him shoot free throw.
That's right, a smart, strong foul there. No and ones and no dunks.
Both free throws good from Pondexter. Timberwolves trailed by 8. Now Barea. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Barea's got 6 points. Prince, covered by Brewer. Here is Bayless. He got it up that time, but it was... fall for him. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Memphis out in front, up 6. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. We've got... a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
You know, one of the big stories has been the three ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor.
This game going to take a big swing. Clark at the... continues to clear out like that and give up easy time.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's Gasol, and it's Memphis with another.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Georgia. Bodinger comes in for Corey Brewer. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for J.J. Barea.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. They're going to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Prince with it. Now defended by Shved. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Shved dishes to Rubio. Here's the double team with Allen. Shved. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Well, you think about it, Tony Allen, when you talk about this game, he may not be a marquee star in the NBA, but his arrival in Memphis has coincided with the team really developing an identity of physicality and toughness, not to mention with them becoming a factor in the West as well.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point guard goes.
And Clark, you mentioned Tony Allen flying under the radar a bit offensively, and he can be erratic. In fact, back in Boston, I think they called him, and Steve, help me with this. They called him Trick or Treat Tony because you weren't certain just what you were going to get from him from game to game.
That's right. One of the great nicknames I've ever heard. But, you know, I think when you ask people around the league, they're really valuing what Allen brings to the table.
And it's Conley penetrating. Back to Prince. Outside Conley. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Conley's got 6 in the quarter.
Three-pointer has been his best weapon here today, no question.
The D has been off. Mixed up, confused, bamboozled, allowing him way too much space.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
And so here's Memphis. Following the bucket by the Timberwolves. It's Allen on the wing. He dishes it to Randolph. He's going up against Love. Tries from 10, and it's Memphis with another.
His shot's been pretty accurate today, but he has not had his usual share of opportunities.
Minnesota calls timeout. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And Rubio kicks to Martin. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now it's out. Running. He can go all the way.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal. Good feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Here's Pekovic following the score by Memphis. And that one's good.
I think he's been kind of passive today. And, maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
Buttinger, the pass to Love. Banked in off the glass. Love's got 12 points in just the second half.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Martin penetrating. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. 9 points for Kevin Martin.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically laying.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're up by 6. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. With the three, good.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer. No good. And it's Memphis the other way. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Prince outside. Randolph, a baseline J, and it's blocked by Love. Here's Rubio, and again it's Minnesota converting.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
The Grizzlies have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8-12. And the shot is good.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak. It's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
That kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. The second one is good. They both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And the lead now pretty healthy after that trip to the line.
Here's Buttinger. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Boy, he quieted the crowd with that big shot. That's a big play.
Yeah, the crowd's been hoping for something to cheer for. Letting up, guys. It just keep coming out.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Rubio dishes to Buttinger. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Pass to Prince. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And he does get the second one. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Here's Rubio. Here's the three. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just one.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. And Clark, was quite a nail-biter.
That was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
So there are now no NBA games left as we wait for the announcement after this game, the conclusion of the national television, and will be most likely will be played on April 14, 2025. Will be wrapped up for the last game of the NBA season. They are hunting for the playoff push. It might be most likely in the ESPN games here today, where it might be the race for the play-in. The first one in the race for the division title, and it might be the Atlantic matchup. Will be Orlando Magic take on the Atlanta Hawks. Will be the first two matchups on April 14. Next is we're going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as Detroit take on the Bucks. Will be a finale here. Next is going to Cleveland, as the Indiana Pacers take on the North Cleveland Cavaliers. Will be a good matchup. Then next we're going to Dallas, or no, it's actually going to Memphis, as Dallas Mavericks take on the Memphis Grizzlies again. Will be a most likely. Suns and the Kings, this definitely will be the last spot of the 10th seed play-in tournament. Might be the most likely. It might be the last spot for the 10th seed to get in the play-in to get out the Kings in the playoffs. Where's the Kings here? Where's the Kings? There is the Kings, Suns and the Kings right there. And then this would be a most likely here. Gonna be a good Pacific rivalry as Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers take on Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. It's gonna be a good matchup here. And then in conclusion, this going to Houston, Texas, as Dwight Howard and the Houston Rockets host JaVale McGee and the Denver Nuggets. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. As the congratulations for 2025 National Championship in the men's basketball belongs to the Florida Gators. Are won the championship in a hard-fought win over the Houston Cougars, 65-63. And the close game here, as Clayton Jr. is the outstanding improve for the Florida Gators. And now the college basketball season for 2025 is over, and we will see you next year for 2026. season for the college basketball as Florida Gators aiming for back-to-back champions. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. As the Memphis Grizzlies survive over Minnesota Timberwolves 106-105 by 1-point victory. And that'll do it for now. Once again, this is Andre Kenshin. Stay solid for FedEx Forum in Memphis as we see you Saturday night and Sunday night will be announcement who will be the ESPN Sunday after the national television will announce the conclusion after this. Once again, this is Andre Kenshin. Stay solid for FedEx Forum in Memphis. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and hopefully Saturday and Sunday will be wait for the announcement of the ESPN Sunday after conclusion of the national television. Sign up and peace out. Good night.